Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I want to wish you a happy New Year 2012. Ladies and gentlemen, I feel great and I feel honored about your support. I thank you about your resolutions, and I thank you for the support you've given me both on Facebook and through phone calls from Kenya and other parts of Africa. As you know, as well as I do, that the 21st century was supposed to be, and I still believe it is, an African century. It is a moment that we have to take and reflect where we are coming from. It is also a moment, ladies and gentlemen, that we have to make good resolutions. In the case of Kenya and my fellow Kenyans, I can remind you that this is a great year. It is a year which you can mold about your future. It's a year that you can decide to change the things that you've not liked for the last 50 years or 48 years in the case of Kenya. My fellow Africans, people from Siaya County, you have seen my website. You have read about my manifesto. It is upon you now to make a decision. I would like you to make an informed decision. My candidature is not going to be imposed on anybody's head. I'm going to offer to you what I have, what I will do for you, so that you decide. And I already have done that through my website. I've done that through Facebook. And I'm still ready and very open to answer all the questions that may come with it. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a place to build. We have a place that we call home. We have only one county, and we have only one Africa. I call upon each and every one of you, both men and women, and the youth, to come together, to put aside your political affiliations, and think about your county, and think about your country, and think about your land, which is called Africa. By doing so, I propose that we can do so when we live together in peace and harmony, when we consider the fact that men and women were born on equal basis, and that men must consider the fact that gender equality is the way to go for Africa. In my campaigns, I have stressed it. I have repeated it several times. In all my interviews, I have stated clearly that my campaign agenda #1 is gender equality. And I would like that Africans come back and reflect upon the reasons why we've been left behind, the reasons why the underdevelopment has persisted on the African continent, the reasons why we have been blessed with natural resources, but we have failed to make use of them to make Africa the richest continent. We have to see the dilemma. We have to see the questions that people ask. How comes Africa is blessed with natural resources, but Africans are also the poorest on earth? This is a kind of question that this century must answer. That this century, that I say is an African millennium, we must come together, we must review ourselves, and we must create a dialogue among ourselves. We must make sure that gender equality flourish. We must make sure that all the Bill of Rights are maintained in our continent. We must make sure that the youth are empowered. We must make sure that each and every sector, that accountability in each and every sector is maintained. We must make sure that we fight corruption. We must make sure that we put tribalism aside, that we forge a unity for a purpose, whereby each and every tribe knows that they belong to that tribe, but they have a country to build. They have an Africa to take care of. It is a very shameful situation, ladies and gentlemen, that Africans of today still have to go out of Africa to look for jobs in countries where dependency is still on Africa, Africa's natural resources. We can make use of what we have to make a better future for our continent, to make a better future for our nations in Africa. In the case of Siaya, I am determined. I'm determined to campaign. I'm determined to sell my ideas to the young people, to the youth of Africa, to the youth of Siaya County. I am determined to make Siaya County an example that other African countries will emulate, to make sure, to know that things can happen in a different way on the continent of Africa. Siaya County has enough natural resources that is bestowed upon it. We have people, we have human resources, we have ladies and gentlemen that can make this happen within Siaya County alone. I talk about accountability, that is my belief. I talk about non-corrupt leadership, that is my belief. I talk about issues that is within the good governance and making sure that we have equal rights in our country. And my first priority, should I be elected the governor of Siaya County, is to embark on the issue of making the infrastructure within our county a better thing. Hello, my fellow citizens of Kenya, the people of Siaya County. I want to address the people of my county on my programs that I want to present to them for an election which is due this year, towards the end of this year, either in August or in December, depending on the resolution from the court. As I have always stated on Facebook wall and my campaign website, that priority number one within my program is infrastructure. In Siaya County, we need to better the state of the infrastructural issues that we have. We talk about roads. There are no better roads within our county for the businessmen to use, for the people who are going to visit their relatives to use, for cars to use. And this is very expensive for the people of Siaya and for the motorists as well, who has to go back repairing their vehicles each and every moment because of the poor roads situation in our county. That one is my agenda number one. Why is it an agenda number one? Because we want to empower our county economically. We cannot empower a county economically when the infrastructure is in a bad state. We cannot empower the job creation when infrastructure is in a bad state. We have fish in Siaya County. We have fertile land in Siaya County, but we cannot produce fish from one section which we need to transport and distribute within Siaya County when the infrastructure is in the state in which it is. So we have to fix the issue of the infrastructure, number one. Number two, in my list of agenda, we have to provide the people of Siaya County with electricity. We cannot have a county without electricity. We must make sure that each and every household that needs to use electricity is made available to them. We must make sure that the cost of electricity installation in those houses are reduced. Because at the moment, when I went to Ugunja to ask about electricity for my own house, they told me that I had to pay 35,000 shillings. 35,000 shillings will be okay, I will pay it. But not everybody who is jobless in Kenya can afford that. So agenda number two is electricity, and I will take on the issue of the fee that is to be paid, which is 35,000. I will tell the Kenya Power and Lighting to reduce that fee so that a common man can be able to afford the electricity. Electricity is a basic human need, as I've said before during my interview. This must be provided for all the citizens of Siaya. we want to do irrigation. Irrigation will need electricity. There are people who are doing welding works. They need electricity. We cannot do without electricity at all. Then the agenda number 3 in my list of agendas is water, water supply. We must make sure that we have clean water supply all over Siaya County. Because when we use dirty water, that is when we contract ailments like typhoid, which has claimed many lives within that county. There is no water supply within Siaya County. Those are the projects that I will take as first priorities. Then I have the healthcare. Healthcare is poor. We have very few hospitals within Siaya County. We need to build more dispensaries. We need to build more outpatient care units within Siaya County. And we need to make sure that those hospitals and dispensaries are well staffed with medicine, with personnel to take care of the of the sick people. Then we must also make sure that the traders within Siaya County are also uplifted. There are people who have very good business ideas. We call them entrepreneurships. So what we can do as a county is to encourage those people by facilitating microcredits, by facilitating soft loans for them, so that they can be able to pay this money little by little as they carry on their businesses. Ladies and gentlemen, we must make sure that the joblessness within Siaya County is solved. We must make sure that security is restored. We cannot talk about providing security when we have young people without jobs, young people who have graduated from universities, young people who have graduated from high schools are just at home. They have nothing to do. And then we talk about insecurity. We know the solution of insecurity. We know how to sort out this problem. The basic issue about solving the issue of insecurity is to provide young people with something to do. Because when they are there idle is when they resort to criminal activities. Of course, I'm not trying to create an excuse for crime. There is no excuse for crime, and criminals should face the law. I'm saying that we must, even when we talk about justice for criminals and justice for the people who have been offended, we must make sure that we talk justice for both sides. We must provide security, but at the same time, it is upon the government, it is upon the people in authority, it is upon the state to make sure that Kenyans are in jobs, to make sure that the government is embarking on activities that are job creating, even when we talk about insecurity. Then on the same issue of insecurity, we will make sure that the police numbers within our county are increased, because this is a situation whereby we have people coming from other counties, people coming from the neighboring counties to come and molest our own people, to come and steal from the hard-working constituents within Siaya County. We must make sure that security issue is addressed as a priority. We cannot have people working hard for others to come and rob from them. While at the same time, we also must fix the issue of joblessness. Joblessness is what is responsible for insecurity that we experience within our county and the whole Kenya as a country. Then I want to talk about the issue of the physically disabled. Physically disabled people have not been taken care of. We have a lot of them within Siaya County. And the most important thing for them to realize, because they have their capability is lowered through their physical, in respect to their disability within themselves. So the first thing that we have to do, the government of Siaya County, should I be elected the governor, will make sure that works in a friendly way with organizations that are coming to offer their help for the said persons. We will have special schools for the physically disabled to make sure that their needs are well taken care of within the schools. And the joblessness within the people who are disabled will also be given first priority. Whenever we have job offers, we must put a percentage aside for the disabled people. That is my plan, and those are my priorities at the moment. We have education. It's a priority as well. Education system in our country has been criticized. My opinion is this, that the current government that still is in power introduced free education. Good. Free education is good. It sounds good because all students will have the opportunity to go to school. But what about the quality of that education? The question is the quality. Everybody goes to school, but what do they come with from school? So far, we have witnessed a drop of the quality of our education. We have witnessed a drop of the performance of our students. We have witnessed a drop of the morale to go to school, because at school we have poor quality attendance to students, because we cannot have so many students in one class with one teacher to take care of them all. This is not workable. First of all, we have to increase the amenities. The learning amenities must be improved and must be increased. The number of them must be improved. The number of teachers must be added. Teachers are few attending to students that are many, and that is what is responsible for the poor performance of our students in schools. So the issue of education will be addressed, and we shall also create universities or tertiary learning institutions within our county, so that those who finish their high school may proceed to learn what they want to become in life, to learn technical training, to get involved in technical training like mechanical engineers, like nursing in those institutions. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to wish you a Happy New Year 2012, and I refer you to my website. I will always be there on Facebook to answer all the questions like I have always done, and very soon we shall be together in Kenya as we campaign, as we let our mothers in the villages, our fathers in the villages, our beloved sisters and brothers who are in the villages and do not have access to the internet. We shall talk to them very soon. I thank you. May you have a blessed New Year. Thank you very much. May God bless you. May God bless Africa.